If you're waiting for the spring market to bring buyers back, push prices up, or split things up, I need to say this clearly. This spring won't behave like the ones people remember. And waiting may quietly work against you. I'm Marco Momeni. I've been in Toronto real estate through multiple cycles, strong ones, weak ones, and turning points. What we are in right now is a reset. Let's start with facts, not opinions. January 2026, GTA sales are down about 19% year over year. The average GTA home price is now under $1 million, around $973,000. And that is the first time in 5 years the average price has fallen below the $1 million mark. And that matters because $1 million wasn't just a number, it was a psychological floor, and it cracked. Spring market needs one thing above all else: buyer confidence. And right now, that confidence isn't there. Population growth has slowed sharply. Immigration targets were adjusted. Trade and tariff uncertainty has returned. Borrowers are dealing with higher renewals and tighter budgets. People aren't rushing, they're cautious, very cautious. And cautious buyers do not create bidding wars. Here's what the data actually shows right now. As of January this year, the GTA is sitting at roughly 5.8 months of inventory. That means at the current pace of sales, it would take nearly 6 months to sell what's already on the market. Now, let me explain why that matters. Months of inventory tells us how long it would take to sell everything on the market if no new listings came up. Here's a simple rule. Around 2 months of inventory, that means it's a balanced market. Now, if the months of inventory goes below the 2 months, that's a seller's market. And when it's above the 2 months, it's a buyer's market. Once you move above the 2 months, pricing power shifts very fast. At nearly 6 months of inventory, buyers and not sellers control the pace. That's not the spring energy, that's buyers' leverage. Condo sales are down sharply year over year, and months of inventory are elevated. New completions, meanwhile, are adding to supply. This isn't emotional selling, it's a simple math. Investors facing renewals, cash flow pressure, or uncertainty don't wait for spring optimism. They're just going to go ahead and list. That extra supply just means more competition for every seller. And freehold homes haven't been immune either. Prices are down year over year, just not as sharply as condos. In the 905 especially, days on the market are longer, and sellers are often pricing based on last year's expectations. The market, meanwhile, is responding based on today. That gap is where listings stall. This isn't just my opinion. CMHC points to the year 2027 or maybe 2028 for a sustained recovery. RBC continues to warn about elevated supply and buyer leverage. Feb data shows listings rising faster than sales. This is not good news for home sellers. It means adjustments and patience being tested. And here's the part most people miss. Waiting for spring does not put you alone in the market. It puts you in traffic. More listings don't bring more buyers. They bring more options. And options slow decisions, and it creates competition for sellers and not the buyers. The advantage right now isn't waiting for things to feel better. It's marketing decision and making decision based on where the market actually is. If you are planning to sell in 2026, waiting for optimism isn't a strategy. Understanding today's market is. So before you wait for a spring that may not behave the way you used to, ask yourself this: are you early, or are you lining up with everyone else? If you want a realistic pricing plan for your area, comment spring below. I'll show you what the market is actually doing, not what people hope it will do. See you next time.